Alright, you masters. Today we're going to talk about sending a letter uh, as a prepper and 4 ways to identify yourself with it. Yeah, this might sound weird, but I would say pay attention for the next few minutes. It is just a quick thing. But before we start, if you're interested in survival courses in Belgium, look at my website for survivaltrainingbelgië.be, and also for my book called Bloody Crosses is in Dutch, so it's a detective. Take a look in the description, the link, a link in the description. Sorry. So, writing a letter can be very important during a shit hit the fan scenario, and why? Well, the thing is, if you're going to write letters during shit hit the fan, there is a whole lot of deal that will make it difficult for fraudulent things, criminal activity, impersonators, or somebody who's trying to trick you. That you know that the letter that somebody else will receive, that they will know it's actually yours. So there are 4 ways to identify yourself on a very simple way. The most simple way I would say is just have a distinguished paragraph or handwriting. So, how do you say this? When you sign something off, an handtekening. So that's one of the very important things that you should have. That somebody else can read a letter, and they know, oh, it is Mark from a friend or somebody I'm doing business with. Because during shit in the fan, there is less overlay or perhaps not that good of a communication. So we have to do it in a more old-fashioned way, or more in a way like bartering, that it's in a way of trust, that you do not have a way to be verified that easily. So that's a way that also very many con artists or imposters or fraudulent people will try to trick some people during shit in the fan. So first, autograph. Yeah, that's the word. Autograph is the first thing. The second thing I would say is have one of these. How do you say this? mm, what is the English word? The where you can, it's a stamp. Yeah, a stamp is it. So have a stamp. You just you just press it, and people will know that it's your stamp, because every stamp is unique. And if you have one, poof, you can sign off some official letters, some perhaps some trustworthy information to other people this way. Another thing you can do when you're sending a letter, of course, you do it in an envelope, because you cannot, that so that people will not just open it up. Another thing, an old time thing is wax. So this might sound weird, but I've been looking up in some historical things, and the thing about stamps with one of those waxed, one of those letters with a wax seal on it, it is because it's a seal, that you know that somebody who got the letter has not opened it yet, so that you will know that nobody else has saw this information yet or have tampered with it. So that's also very important. Of course, there are tricks that you can do, like when you can steam. What they used to do was to use some steam to make the glue loose, that you can open it, read the letter, put it back in, a little bit of glue on the side, and nobody would know that you have read the letter. But that's more difficult to do with a stamp or a seal of wax that has a unique sign on it. Because if you have a unique sign on your wax seal, that's something that shows that if it's broken, you know somebody has read this, somebody has tampered with it. It can be opened, and you know that because it's uh, a personalized seal, that it comes from this person. So those are two things that you can do. What I would do, suggest is, if you're going to have a seal, have some unique stamp, so to say. You can buy or make your own stamps, but for example, this is a key with a certain stamp on it that I can use to uh, as using as the seal, and you can have one of these wax. You can use candle wax, but regular candle wax is something that will easily break off, and yeah, it's a little bit annoying to get the seal inside of it. So what I would advise you to use is one of these BDSM candles. These burn on lower temperatures, and they dry a little bit more faster. So what you can do is, oh wait, first have to close it off. You take your envelope, you put some wax on the top, on the most outer top. Just make it big enough that the wax can seal off most of it. And what you do is you take your personalized seal and you stamp it while it's cooling off. And while it's cooling off, you can press it. Yeah, this will be not the most best seal ever, but it's a seal nonetheless. And I don't know if you can see it, but you see the markings of the key. And what I also like about this is because it has a hole, it will leave a thicker layer of wax. So that thicker of layer is actually the point where the envelope connects. So the thicker the point, the more sturdier it is. And as you can see, now it has dried up. And this seal, when it's broken, if somebody's opening it up, you open the letter, and you cannot really try to fuck with it anymore, because even if you try to melt it on again, the mark of the seal, the like you see the numbers and the letters are, you cannot replicate that easily. So that's another way you can do it. Another thing, last thing I would say is, and this could be more from women, and that is a scent. If certain envelopes had a certain sense, you know that it came from that person, and that's, you see in all those old-time love stories that they would send the letters so they can enjoy the perfume of their loved one. So you can just take a little bit oil. I would say take a little bit perfume oil instead of regular perfumes based on alcohol, because alcohol perfumes vaporize quickly and oil will stay a little bit more in the paper. So when you get it, it will remain a little bit more in the envelope, and the other person can know, oh, it's from her, for example. So these are 4 ways to have unique identification for confidential information or letters that you want to send somebody else during a shitty defense scenario or whatever. And yeah, it's something that you can easily do with just stuff that you can have at home or already buy at some office shop. So yeah, I hope this video gave you some ideas. Perhaps you can use it to be a little bit more old stylish, romantic, weird kind of stuff. But hey, that is the stuff that I like to investigate in historical basis to see why did people did certain things and did it work well. So this is one of those. Uh, if you know any other ways to identify yourself in certain ways, for example, if you use lemon juice or sperm to write on a letter and you warm it up, you can that it's like invisible ink or something else. If you know any one of other identification techniques to use on envelopes, please let me know. I'm always eager to learn. Like, subscribe, all the good stuff, and see you in the next video. Cheers.